Hi, it's Darron from Zagame's. I'm going to show you how to create simple, healthy and affordable meals that you can prepare for the whole family. Hi everyone, welcome back. Great to see you all. It's Pavlova time, an absolute classic. And ours is with a little bit of a roll and a twist. Some say it's from New Zealand, some say from France, some say from Australia. I don't know where it's from, but whoever made it up is a bloody genius. So, let's get it started. I've got my oven on at 150 degrees Celsius. I've got my stainless steel baking tray ready to go. I've lined it with grease-proof paper, which I've sprayed lightly with a bit of canola spray, and then I also want to spray the grease-proof paper. Now that'll stop it from sticking for later on when we pull it out and we give out a little bit of a roll. Okay, so I've got my mixing bowl, nice and cold, nice and clean. Number one priority when making meringues, and I can't stress this enough, is that you need a nice, clean, dry bowl. Egg whites do not like any moisture. They're they're particular about it. They just want it to be nice and clean. So I've just made sure that's clean, given it a good clean there. Then grab my egg whites, straight in. Now what we want to do with our egg whites is we're going to bring them to soft peak, and then we're going to gradually add our caster sugar. So I'm going to get that on the go. Okay, so we're at our soft peaks now. I'm just going to check them, show you guys what to look for. Off she comes, and it's a nice soft peak. Just floats off, perfect. Okay, next stage, we're going to gradually add our caster sugar. So up on a high speed. So we're nearly there with the sugar, and what you're looking for, your meringue will start to become almost shiny, and the sugar crystals will break down, and what it'll create will be this beautiful light effect. Okay, so our meringue is done. Now we're going to add our vanilla beans, corn flour, and our vinegar. Corn flour gives it a little bit of body, the stabilizer, which is our vinegar, and obviously the vanilla bean. So I've just got the vanilla bean. I'm just going to slice it straight down the middle, like so. Give it a scrape, straight in. Add my corn flour, side, our vinegar, and then just ever so slowly, and all I'm going to do is just bring that together. Quick pulse, done. And there's our meringue, sorted. And as you can see, it's really stiff. And as they say, to make sure that it's right, we'll do the old boom. She's good. Okay, next we're going to put our meringue onto our greased baking tray, spatula. And as you can see, all those vanilla beans have dispersed. Oh, it's a really good meringue, this one. So straight on, like so. Just work it down. And because we're making a roulade, I'm going to make it quite thin, because when she comes out of the oven, magic happens. All to the corners. Magnifique. Okay, to the oven we go. Okay, so our pavlova's in the oven at 150 degrees for 25 minutes. Next stage of the proceedings, we're going to put together our sauce. So, our trusty wazza, fresh strawberries, straight in. About 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. These strawberries are quite sweet, a little bit of tartness there, so I want to balance that flavour out. And then I've got secret ingredient, rose water, just a touch. Not much, this is really strong stuff. Yep, that's plenty. Right. Where's her on? Oh yeah, beautiful. And the rose water is just subtle. Like I said, you can always add, but you can never take away. Okay, next stage we're going to do is our dry caramel. So I've got a scalding hot pan here. And I'm just going to add my sugar. Now, with a dry caramel, obviously, it's going to melt real fast. And as you can see, we want to melt our sugar nice and dry. Let it melt. And as it melts, add a bit more sugar. And you can see the outsides there. So I'm just going to make sure I've got no crystals left, which is perfect. I'm going to add my nuts. All the nuts go in and just make sure they're all coated like so. Then straight onto greaseproof. And at this stage, do not touch the sugar. Even if you think you want to, do not. Okay, so our pav is cooked out of the oven. I've cooled it down for about half an hour on a cooling rack there. And the next stage, I've got on the bench here, I've got some Glad wrap, which I've just lined up, 3 nice even sheets. And what I'm going to do with the icing sugar is dust slightly. Now the icing sugar is going to act so it doesn't get sticky, and you'll see later on what I mean, because what we're going to do now is make a roulade. So it's like I said before earlier on, it's our little twist. So grab your pavlova, and now it is quite sturdy. Pick it up like so. See that? It's quite solid. Straight down. Then pull away nice and gentle. Then I've got some chantilly cream, which I've whisked up by hand. A little bit of vanilla bean in there, a little bit of icing sugar. This is quite sweet. I've made this quite balanced. And you've got obviously the sweetness of our sauce. So, you know, it's really up to you how sweet you want it, but you don't want this too sweet. Okay, so we're just gonna lacquer that on, like so. So what I do is, I leave a little area at the top there with, I'm going to roll from this end here, which is going to be obviously the middle of our roulade. I'm going to leave that in there, a little centimetre or so, with no cream. And what that's going to do is when they roll up, you haven't got cream spilling out the side. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get some dried rose petals, a little bit of a special sort of added flavour, and just sprinkle them lightly in the middle. And this is going to marry up with our rosewater strawberries and so forth. Not much, because I'm going to put some on the top as well. And like I said, you could put chocolate in there, you could do fruit of some sort, because it's something you're going to make and you're going to eat that night. Okay, and then we're going to make the roulade. So, ever so gently, over, and then just bring it back slightly. Just to make it nice and tight. And then keep on rocking, like so. And at that point there, get a little bit more icing sugar. And like I said, with the sugar and all the egg whites, if they break down, they'll get all sticky, but this is going to create a little barrier. Be gentle, but at the same time, you know, make sure you want it nice and tight. Okay, and then, like a sausage, just give it a roll. Like so. And then I'd set that for about 2 to 3 hours in the fridge. Bring her out and cut her up, and we'll put it together. Okay, now for the final flourish and the garnishes for our dessert. Got some fresh strawberries, which I'm just going to cut up. Then we've got our praline here to my left. What we've done is it's set really, really hard and solid. And we're going to take it out on the board, and we're going to just break it up into shards. Like that. I've got the paper there, I'm just going to put it on top so I don't make a mess. Mum's bench. That's fine. And then it's all broken up, like so. Getting your hands in there as well. It's like little bits of lolly, you know, little nut lolly. So they're just going to be for final garnish on the plate. A few in there, a few smaller ones. Put them in an airtight container. Nice little pistachio nut brittle. Okay, so our pavlova's cooled down. Just taking out the Glad wrap, and I'm going to cut her up and serve her up. So, just take a little bit of that edge off, like so. Just going to discard that. And then I'm just going to cut one large piece for presentation. And then 1, 2, this is to serve 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll get our sauce that we did earlier on, straight on the platter. Then, pavlova standing up. 5, 6. Then our garnish. We've got our strawberries. I'm just going to stud them all the way around, like so. A couple on the plates. Then we've got our rose petals, just over the top, like so. Then we've got our crunchy pistachio nut praline for a bit of texture, like so. Then I've got a little bit of chiffonade of mint for a bit of green. A few more pieces of mint there just for garnish. And then just for a bit of rose water up the top. There you have it. Pavlova roulade, pistachio nut praline, strawberries and rose water. Fantastic. For more information on today's dish, visit our website, and for the full recipe, see the comments section below. I'd love to hear your feedback.
Everybody loves, everybody loves, everybody loves.